It's Madden NFL 23, and it's presented by EA Sports.
Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Colin Johnson, 78 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson. This one complete to Nicole Hardman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. Jackson on first down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on 4th. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. After 1-7-0. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and run for him. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
2nd and 5. They go draw play. It's Dillon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Now a throw here, hauled in.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty good one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On first down, Bradshaw. And he's got it down to the 28.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. 2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy.
He's got him in. Complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings moving away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He'll decide to keep this once more. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Holding offense.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. Looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 58 yards. For all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. They'll try to run this one in. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that, too.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. That time a 6-play drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. From the 16, Jackson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. K.J. Hamler, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that. Down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that. And 1 play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 79 yards. And the Vikings strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 23. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 10, and time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Lewis. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding Allen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Unnecessary running. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, a field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson
with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Alontae Taylor. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They'll start with the option.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement